Today we've got a new product for you, and it's something from JOBY. Now JOBY are a fantastic company, I really like their products, and they've kindly sent me this to review, but there are a few caveats with this particular product. On paper, it looks absolutely amazing. It's basically a slider for your smartphone. Now it works with Android and iOS. It comes with an app which is good and bad. We'll touch on that a little bit later. The idea is a good idea, and for people using their phone for creating TikTokers, Instagrammers, but even people that run a YouTube channel with their phone, because there are people out there that do that, this is an amazing option for you, and at £120 in the UK, a well worth bit of kit having in your camera bag. So this is it. It's not like a slider that you're used to seeing, those big table wide sliders. It's compact, it's portable, you can travel with this, and it's a really clever idea. Basically, it's got a 1/4 inch thread on the bottom which you attach to a tripod, a GorillaPod or a bigger tripod, and then it's got a 1/4 inch mount on the top where you can put the phone holder, which is included in the pack. It's a really good phone holder actually. It comes with a little ball head and it opens like so. So you can put your mobile device in there. It's got a little spirit level on the top here, so you know that your shot is level. Then you've got to have that facing towards you. Wherever your tripod is mounted, have that facing towards you. And then we go into the app. We'll talk about the app in just a second, but basically this moves left to right and gives you a nice panning slider shot with your smartphone. It looks really, really good. You can do sort of a dolly shot, but you've got to be careful. You can't go too far away. You'll see what I mean in this shot. You can't go too far away from the camera because you'll be able to see the front of this device in your shot. So go back a little bit and then you can go forward and get like a dolly zoom shot towards anything that you're filming. It's a really good effect. It charges on the side by USB-C, power button on the side, and then it's got these two locking mechanisms here which actually lock the screw thread, because when it's tightened it does just turn without holding the lock, so you can adjust it left and right or move this around on the tripod like that. But you've got the button there, you hold the switch button and then that locks that, allows you to twist off this or twist off the bottom to remove it from the tripod. I've watched a few YouTube videos and a lot of them have slated the app. I think the app is pretty good. It has got one major flaw, but it does work very well. It's very simple to use. The options are in there to do a time lapse, to do a video, and it gives you that option to do whatever you want to do. Fairly straightforward. It's sort of aimed at the beginner mobile sort of videographer. It's very simple to use, but there is one flaw, and that's setting the start and end points. You have to sort of manually do it by pressing on the phone the plus and the minus to set where you want the slider to start and where you want the slider to stop. And then it's a little bit annoying. It takes about 40 seconds to get from left to right on here, and yeah, that can be a little bit annoying to do that every single time you're trying to set up a different shot. But apart from that, I think the app is pretty good. I've had no crashing issues. It's worked really well. It's relatively simple to use. Anybody can sort of use it. So apart from that little caveat, it's quite good. Right then, we are taking a time lapse with the JOBY Swing. This is how you set it up, and I recommend, like you said before, make sure you use a tripod here. Turn it on, and then we press on the app, the Bluetooth bit searches, and it comes up JOBY Swing. You'll probably see that, although it's a little bit thing. Press JOBY Swing, and then we have to select the start and the end point. So we go to create, and we want to do a time lapse of this beautiful scenery here. If you're a regular viewer of the channel, you'll know that we do stuff over here all the time. So we are setting a start point for this, so we press the minus button. This is the little bit of the clunky bit of the app. So we want to go like that, and then press start, and then we have to go all the way over to the other side, press the plus button, hold it down on the phone, and I want to go right the way across. It takes about 40 seconds to get from left to right, which is a little bit annoying. Be with you in a minute. And we'll press the end point at the end, and then when you've done that, you'll have a little back button. Then it goes all the way to the back from the first bit that we did, and I'm just going to adjust the phone angle as well a little bit. Okay, so it's back there now. Then you can hold this button down here to change the settings, speed. You can change the speed and stuff like that. So You can do that and change the camera. We're going to keep it on 100% and press go, and it goes from left to right, a nice panning time lapse across the sky, and gives you that nice effect. It is better to have something in the foreground. It actually makes the movement a little bit more prominent if you've got something in the foreground. So we'll try that in just a second. But here are a few examples of stuff that were filmed on the JOBY Swing with it on the tripod and using the app. There's always a but with these newer products because they're never perfect, and this is not perfect. When you're using a smaller tripod like the GorillaPod, for instance, from JOBY, you have to set the legs as wide as possible because this has a tendency to tip over, especially when the centre of gravity is right over from one side to the other. The phones these days are pretty heavy, and this isn't a light device. It is portable and compact, but it's still got a bit of weight to it. And if you're using a lighter tripod, this thing will tip over because all the weight will be over to this side. So it's a little bit unfortunate. I would recommend using it with a bigger tripod like this and using a 1/4 inch adapter here, screwing this onto there like so, and then you can spread the legs like that, and it's going to be a lot more stable and definitely won't tip over. So use a bigger tripod. So the JOBY Swing, it's an ingenious idea, very different to any slider we've got on the market at the moment. It's only for mobile video, it only works for smartphones. It's not big enough or bulk enough to be used with a DSLR or mirrorless camera, but it's a really good idea and brilliant for time lapses. If you're a vlogger, you could take this out and chuck it in your bag and put it on your tripod and get an awesome, epic time lapse. So apart from the few things that are wrong with this, it is its first sort of generation, the first go at this kind of thing. So it's to be expected, it's not going to be perfect. It's pretty good, and for £120 it's worth having in your camera bag. So that's the JOBY Swing. If you're new to the channel, please do make sure you subscribe and press the bell so you don't miss any future uploads. Tech uploads every single week. And that's it for this. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.